Welcome back. I am so excited to finally get this in my hand. This is the GODOX X3 Transmitter. We're going to check it out and I'm going to show you how to use it. I've got the GODOX V1 and the GODOX 8200 here. Once I do those, I'm going to go up to the photography studio and show you how to connect it to your strobes. So it's a wonderful little, this thing, I know it's hard to see from there, but this is so cool. It's so much smaller than all the other GODOX triggers. It looks like you got an iWatch on top of your camera. It's all touchscreen. It's very bright, so if you're out in the sun, you can see it really good. So I'm going to walk you guys through and show you how to set it up. A few things about it before we get started is if it goes to 0 on battery, in 2 hours you can have it completely backed up to 100% in just 2 hours. So it's very quick with the internal battery on charging. If you're working 8 hours a day, shooting 1,200 shots a day, it'll work for a little over 5 days. That's pretty impressive. So I like that. I like the size. I think it's very cool. I like it so much better than the big ones. The one thing, when GODOX made the X2 trigger, if you guys remember this one from years back, you could put a flash on top of the hot shoe on this and put this on top of your camera. I kind of liked that for running gun situations at a wedding, but all the transmitters they've put out since then does not have the hot shoe, and obviously there's no hot shoe on this because it's barely the size of the hot shoe. So anyway, let me get started. I'm going to show you guys how to sync this to your GODOX V1, to your 8200, and then we'll get going into the studio upstairs and I'll show you how to do the light. So let's get started. Okay, so now I have it on top of my Canon R6, and we'll start here. We'll start with the 8200. So I will turn on the GODOX 8200, and I've got everything set to channel 1. It's not hard to set the channels. You just hold down the button, it'll start to blink, dial it to roll it over to 1, and you're there. So here, if you can see both, hopefully you can. All right, so now you can see I've rolled it over on A. I've got this one set up on A, channel 1. So if I want to go in and change it, I can go 132 plus 7. This moved to 132 plus 7. Now watch this one as I roll it down. You can see it coming down just with a touch. Now we're at 164 1/3. If we want to go the other way for more power, just keep touching it. And now I'm down to 1/4 1/3, so we'll get all the way to, we'll go all the way to full power. So now you can see they're both at 1 and 1. So that's full power on each one. And that's all there is to it. I've got that set as channel A for the 8200. So, and then, you know, if I've got another 8200 or B or C, I just set the channel here and I can control all 3 of them. You can actually control 5 if you want to roll up the screen, but for this video, I'm just going to do the 3. So now let's get the GODOX V1. Okay, so now we have the GODOX V1 over here by it. And if you can see both channels, hopefully I hold them up about the same. I've got it on B, it's on B. So now instead of putting my finger and dragging it, I'm just going to touch it, or actually I'm going to click it, and then watch them both change together. See how I just went up to 1/4 even on here? It's 1/4 even on here. Can take it on up to 116.7, same setting. So it's very easy. You just dial and it goes where you tell it to. I mean, it's super simple. I want to test the flash. There's a button right here. Flash, and you just test it, you just set it down and click away. So let's go check out the studio lights and see how it does with those. Hey guys, I just want to take this second of your time. If you guys would please hit like and subscribe, it would go a long ways toward helping our channel and help us keep making these videos. Thank you. Okay, so now I'm up in the studio. I've got one of the strobes sitting right here in front of us, and I've got the X3 beside it. So I'm just going to run through. I've got it also on channel B because that's what I keep it on up here. So I just adjusted it back to B. Same as what the GODOX V1 was on a while ago, but the V1's off now, so it don't matter. So anyway, we are at 1/32 power here. Push the button. I roll it. Push the button and I roll it down. You can see the power dropping, or actually the power is gaining. We're getting stronger power. 1/4 power, 1/2 power, down to full power. So hopefully you can see this as it went through. I'll roll it back up in case there was an issue. So you can see how they're moving together in unison. So if I want to test it, boom. Probably couldn't see that very good, but you could probably hear it. So anyway, that's how you set it up with the strobe. So we did the V1, did the 8200, and this is an MS300. Now I want to show you a few things about just the X3. I now got some things I want to show you just about the X3, so hopefully you can see that well. If I want to go into settings, you can go wireless. This is where you choose your channel. You can have it scan for you. Or when you go to sync, you can go to high speed by touching there. So if you want to go to high speed sync, you just set it on there. Put auto off, that would cut itself off. You got steps. Instead of doing 1/3 increments, you can change it to do 1/10 increments, but I don't want to quite go to 1/10. That's a lot of dialing around. Now, if you're shooting and your flash will do it, and you want to go to manual, you got a TCM button. So if you say you're on TTL and it's working great and you like it and everything's going to stay the same, you can hit this button and turn it on, roll it to which flash you've got. You got your language for whatever language you want to speak. You got a reset button and the device info for all your updates, firmware updates, that sort of thing. So anyway, it's a very cool trigger. I really do like it. So, and again, you can set more if you want to, but I was only using the few that I was showing you guys today. So check out this GODOX X3. It's a very cool little trigger. It's lightweight and it works forever. So check it out. So there you go, guys. Just a quick review of the new GODOX X3 Nano. Comes in this cool little case. Keep it protected, and it takes up almost no room in your bag. It really does, to me, look like an iWatch. It functions like an iWatch too. So I ran through the GODOX V1, the 8200, and the MS300 strobes. It works with basically any flash that's GODOX compatible. It works up to 110 yards, so 330 feet away you can still fire your flash. So I'm going to leave a link below. We are a GODOX affiliate, so if you click our link, we do get a small percentage, but it helps our channel keep going and keep making reviews, so we would appreciate that if you want one. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would, because right now I'm planning on making it my main transmitter, so I'll still have the X Pro 2, I believe it's called, as a backup. And I still have that real old, the X2T as a backup too. So I like having backups. So there you go. You just can't have enough backups, especially if you're getting paid for your work at a wedding or something like that. So keep as many backups as you can, but this will be my #1 go-to for a while. Now, if I start having problems with it, I'll come back and let you guys know, because I just got my hands on it. I've only used it just a few times. If you're just getting into photography and you're trying to learn how to set up studio lights, we will have a video out in the next 7 to 10 days of how to set up a 1 light, a 2 light, and a 3 light strobes in your studio. Because you can do it with 1 light, you can do it with 2, and you can do a 3rd light as a hair light or a backlight behind them, or just shine a gel on a black background, whatever case may be called for. So be sure and check out that video if you're interested in learning how to set up a studio with studio lights. And then I've even got a surprise for you in that. Say you want to set up a studio, but you don't have any studio lights and you can't afford them right now. Well, I'll show you a trick to get around that and save you some money until you can get to the point where you can afford to buy some strobes for studio lights. So be sure and check that video out. It'll be out in a few days. Some of the gear, I mentioned a while back about a piece of gear coming in that I was really excited about. Well, I bought this on January 15th because they said it'll be shipped out January 29th. Then they got delayed to February 14th. And they got delayed to February 28th. And then they delayed it till April. So I went to a different place. After tons and tons of research and finding, I finally had a place that got it delivered to me. So I finally got it. I was happy to get it. I've been looking forward to getting this trigger. I love GODOX stuff. All my lights, even my LED lights, are mostly all GODOX. I still have my Canon flashes and stuff, but I use them as backup now to my GODOX V1s if I'm shooting a wedding at run and gun. If I'm setting up off-camera flashes, I'm usually going with 8200s. So, but anyway, this little trigger, it's just a cool little trigger to have. I love the size. I love the way it works. And I know you younger guys probably really like the way it works because you like all the iPhones and you're used to all that, more used to that than you are the buttons on the older stuff. So if you're definitely younger, you'll probably like this a whole lot better than any of the other GODOX transmitters on the market. So check it out. And again, check out down below if you want to get one of these, go to one of our affiliates and it'll keep our channel going a little bit longer. But hey, if you have any questions, my email is down at the bottom. Just hit me up and I'll help you guys. Hey, and if we're helping you guys out, hit subscribe. Have a good day.